New this morning, a major traffic alert for you in Albuquerque. This is on Constitution near Juan Tabo. We are told Constitution eastbound is blocked because of a big crash earlier this morning. This place is a mess. Police are not saying much about what happened, but our photographer who is out there says it looks like two cars slammed into each other while a truck smashed its way through the business there, Sound Creations. Created a huge mess. Again, eastbound Constitution is blocked at Juan Tabo while they clean up all of that mess.
Also new this morning, police arrest a suspect that fled from them after they were spotted driving a stolen vehicle. It happened overnight in the area of Benavides Road and Rushing Brook Avenue near Unser and Gibson in southwest Albuquerque. After the suspect fled into nearby yards, a search took place and then the suspect was arrested. Police have not released the identity and continue to investigate the situation. As a little boy continues to recover after being attacked by a pack of pit bulls, now the mayor of Roswell is ordering a change that has some people pretty mad.
Yeah, he is stopping all pet rescues in New Mexico from taking animals from the Roswell City Shelter. Last Wednesday, remember, 3 dogs, including that one, escaped from a Roswell pet rescue and mauled little Colby Prince here. Colby's dad, a detective with Roswell PD, shot 2 of the dogs to stop the attack. Now Roswell's mayor is launching an investigation into how the dogs escaped from the rescue in the first place.
We relied upon local groups to properly supervise these animals, and there was a breakdown. We need to find out why.
So the mayor is looking at stricter rules for the rescues, including increased adoption fees, mandatory inspections, and background checks for workers. A couple in Albuquerque is still in jail this morning after police say their toddler tested positive for drugs. Last week, police went to this home in northeast Albuquerque, say the house was filthy and there were drugs left out in a back bedroom. Police say James Benson and his wife, Denise Clark, insisted there was no way their kids could get the drugs, but the hospital says their 22-month-old tested positive for meth.
Absolutely no contact with the alleged victim or anybody who might testify. In regards to contact with the minors, contact is only permitted as allowed by CYFD.
Police also say the parents typically let a known drug user and drug dealer into their home.
An Albuquerque man is still in jail this morning after being accused of groping a young girl in church. It reportedly happened Thursday night at the Casa del Rey Church near Corzine I-40. According to a criminal complaint, Luis Fierro was at the church service standing in a pew behind the girl when police say he grabbed her in an inappropriate way. Now, church staff notified police. Fierro told police, though, that he has seizures and sometimes loses control of his body. Police charged him with criminal sexual contact of a minor.
At 5:34, New Mexico veterans are now talking about the care they are and in many cases are not getting at the VA hospital. Congressman Steve Pierce recently met with a group of veterans to hear their concerns about the VA and try to find a way to fix them. An audit released last week found that new VA patients here in Albuquerque had to wait an average of 45 days to see a doctor, longer to see a specialist. The VA says there was never a secret waiting list here, though, as some claims existed at other VA hospitals. But that is not enough to ease the veterans' anxiety.
7 years.
And I've had CAT scans for my cancer. And I couldn't get any other kind of appointment. It seems like the more critical the care needed, the less care they get.
So, Congressman Pierce and the group also talked about a program that would allow vets in the rural part of the state to see other doctors instead of having to make the long drive to Albuquerque. We'll keep you updated.
An Iraq War vet says he was given medical marijuana to treat his PTSD, but in a lawsuit that has now reached federal court, he says when his workplace found out, he was fired. Augustine Stanley was fired from his job as a corrections officer at the Metro Detention Center in Bernalillo County last year. Now, according to his attorney, Stanley has a legal medical marijuana card. MDC jail officials say that employees using marijuana goes against their drug policy. And they say that Stanley did not self-report any prescription drug medication.
They guarantee him confidentiality, and what's ironic is then they give him a test that's designed to break that confidentiality and to show that he is using marijuana and therefore can be fired. And that's what's wrong with it.
Stanley's attorney says the county created a medical marijuana policy last year. We'll let you know how this case ends up.
And medical marijuana will be all the buzz in Santa Fe today. The state health department wants to hear your thoughts on its plan to deal with the medical marijuana shortage here. It wants to let growers have more plants and seedlings, but reduce the number that individual people can have. Some say this could drive up the price of pot. Some state legislators want the health department to wait on making some changes until it gets a better idea of the situation and gets more feedback. Well, the hearing again is today. It's from 9 to 4 at the Harold Runnels Building in Santa Fe. You can also watch it live online. We have a link set up for you at KRQE.com.
An Albuquerque woman battling a kidney disorder is floored when her coworker offers to be a donor. But there was a twist to the story. You see, it turns out that the women were not a match, but Crystal Johnson and Kim Strain are taking an unusual path through the paired kidney transplant program at the Mayo Clinic. The idea is for Crystal to donate a kidney in Kim's name, and at the same time, Kim receives a kidney from another donor in the same situation.
My thought is just, if I have two kidneys that are perfectly healthy and I only need one, why would I not give one to save somebody else's life?
Kim's already been accepted into the program. Crystal, a full-time student who bartends, is preparing to travel soon for testing. To pay for her expenses, she has set up a fundraising page, and in just a few days, we're told that she's almost hit her goal.